Alvaro, and also congrats, Elyoya, for making it to playoffs. But I feel like that's the minimum expectations you had coming into this year with the roster you had.
Yeah, well, you never give it for granted,
Of
you know.
course.
I've realized with my years that like you gotta celebrate every win and every achievement. But obviously, yeah, I would say our goals are much higher than this, and obviously we are aiming to win LEC and obviously win World. So yeah, this is a milestone that we for sure had to do.
First step.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with how you ended last year, right? You got to keep building on that. Because I think last year, maybe you came in, I mean, you probably had the same mindset knowing you guys. You probably came in thinking you're going to win Worlds last year as well. Or at least building towards that now coming into this year.
Yeah, exactly. It was more of a building towards there. Because,
exactly.
Yeah, and finding what are the good options that we are going to have. Like, who do we think is going to be good enough to win Worlds? Yeah. And yeah, I think we did quite a good year, all things considered. Obviously, we learned a lot, which is the most important, and yeah, this year so far is going quite well.
And I love the fact that you're saying you're not taking anything for granted, because you had an amazing winter split last year. We know how the rest of the year went. You qualified to Worlds in the end, but yeah, a lot of ups and downs. Starting high here again, how do you make sure that this one is going to last? What about the learning?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's more on like the head coach that we have prepared more of also taking a bit more of free time when we have to, resting and also managing our expectations, because I think this was one of our biggest mistakes the previous year. That was after the first split. We thought we were much better, and turns out we were still really bad. So yeah, we got surprised by that. But I would say this year is going to be much different. I think every one of us has changed a lot. Worlds made us mature a lot and made us realize how bad we still are compared to what we want to reach. So it's just a process, and yeah, we cannot drop the things that we're doing well right now.
You said something that really caught my attention, and Finn, I want to talk to you about this as well, because you've been in a lot of different competitive environments. Do pro players underestimate rest and how much time they should spend away from the PC, maybe touching grass or doing anything else?
I don't know, because when you look at in China and Korea, they barely take any rest, and they're still the best. So the kind of blueprint that you follow is that the more you practice, the better you're going to be. Because in professional sports, the body has to physically rest.
Yeah.
But while in esports, you actually don't have that physical necessity in the same manner.
Okay.
But I still believe there is a sweet spot that you're still trying to reach, and I think you guys are striving towards reaching that sweet spot.
Yeah, I think I have quite a strong opinion on this. Like, I think while resting is obviously important, I would say actually resting is the most important, but it's not how much you rest, it's how well you rest, because at the end, most of your learning comes when you're sleeping. If you can get this sleeping, if you can get your food right, if you're going to do these things right, you're going to just progress much faster on your day by day. So I think obviously resting is important, but resting well is the important thing. Is like, it's important that you actually, when you are resting, you are doing it well.
Resting,
like, yeah, because if you're just playing the PC and you're just playing another game, you're not really getting away from the screen. You're just, it's the same, you know?
Yeah.
So I think you need to be able to, to know.
Yeah, I mean, you're telling me you can't just sit and watch a series your entire off day and that's not resting?
Not even.
Depends. If that's what you need, might be, you know? I think it really depends on everyone, like whatever your mind is telling you and what you need. I also think some people just over-rest too much, you know? They are like on the, I don't feel like working, and that's also not it. You also need to have the discipline, so it's just a mix.
A bit of la siesta, but not too much.
No, never la siesta. Siesta is always top.
Oh my God, I love it.
On the free day?
Yeah, right. At least once per day or once per weekend when you have time. Anyway, take a rest at home. Actually, I feel like we all need to. Focusing a bit more on the game, Mirvin got player of the game for this one. Again? Again? Not
He's farming on Ambessa.
I mean, I know, like, I don't know what teams are doing. First week, 3 Casantes. This week, 3 Ambessas. I'm just giving a call for the next week, guys. The champion that is playing first day, ban it the next day.
You just ban it.
It's going to be free Nar, free Renekton.
I mean, not Nar.
Free Fiddlesticks.
Nar, he cannot take that spot in my team.
Okay.
Yeah, Nar top lane will always be for someone else, you know. Will be for Narmut, so I don't want to see his Nar after it. But no, I think his Ambessa is actually really, really good on it. So yeah, I'm surprised we got it today. And I'm happy we got it.
Yeah, let's see next week.
He deserves MVP, so yeah.
Perfect.
Everything happy.
I want to talk about practice a bit. From the expectations you had at the beginning of the split into the team and players you're developed now, do you feel like you're progressing on the right path, at the right pace? What would be the improvements for the weeks to come, and especially moving to Fearless Draft?
I think it's hard to tell.
Okay.
But I would say we are in the right track. We still need to adjust some things. I think even though every one of us really values practice and we know how much value it has, we still don't come at our 100% most of the days, which I think is not going to make us beat the top teams. So we still have some things to work on, obviously. But I would say that this is the year that we are on the best track, that I'm having the most fun, and I think the practice is the most useful. So I think we're in the right track. I hope.
So far, so good.
Yeah, and I'm actually really surprised because I heard someone say that they're actually not practicing Fearless in their scrims already.
Yeah.
Do you have a take on that? Do you actually think you should be practicing that? Because I would assume people started practicing for Fearless already.
Yeah, I think we started practicing some. It was not most of it, but I'm pretty sure now we're going to start, since we are already in playoffs. It's just going to be, obviously, also we are not a team that we would just practice one champion. Apart from Irwin. Yeah, no. Fuck, but yeah. No, but we practice many champions, so even though we are not really practicing on the Fearless topic, it's still like something that we are going to be good at, and I'm sure that this week on, we're going to start working on it like every day.
Fearless, practice tool, a lot of topics that you guys will remind me, because there's a lot of interesting things to talk about this year, but I want to bring your attention to something specific. Bwipo had some strong words about practice and maybe a new way to revolutionize practice in LTA North. So let's listen to what he had to say.
You're speaking about streaming your scrims, not just scrimming the team. So streaming the scrims, that would be extremely entertaining. There is a very popular team doing that right now.
It's their idea. We stole it. No misunderstand. We took the idea from them. I just personally feel like it's a great way to engage the fans, engage everyone, and just in general, do better. Because I think that for me, this is the number one thing. I mentioned I turned 26. I want to do better in every single way of my life. And I don't want to be afraid of people outperforming me because they know what I'm up to. I have 6 years of my career. You can VOD review every single secret that I've ever had. You can see in my gameplay out of all those years, especially at the World Championship. I've never left anything, behind. I've always put everything on the game on the Rift. So I'm not afraid to show you what my day-to-day looks like and kind of elevate the rest of the teams, because I feel like there's too many teams that are clearly not using every hour of the day as well as they should be.
So this is a tricky topic, because we know that Los Ratones are doing this in NLC, but it's a different system with a more influencer, former pro player based kind of a team. Do you think this would work in the LEC? Because the way I understand it, Bwipo feels like, well, there's nothing up in the air. We know what the meta is going to be like. Like, of course, you can practice some picks, but for him, streaming scrims could be a way for the league to get better. What do you think?
I could see the league itself getting better, but I think you're giving away too much information. I'm a bit skeptical about this. I don't think if you want to perform at your highest level, it's something you should aim for, because obviously, teams already know how you're going to play, but there is tendencies in your comms, in your way of saying things, like you might just give away more things than you don't need to. So, yeah, I'm skeptical on this. Yeah. So I don't think it would be great, because you're giving away too much of how you play, of how you see the game. I think that would give an advantage to the enemy team. So he can stream his games.
He can stream his games. That's going to help you maybe later.
Yeah, I'll watch the streams happily. I don't think I'm doing it. So, yeah.
Okay. Finn, do you have an answer? I know we've talked about this off air. But
I kind of share your sentiment. I just feel like when you come into a competitive league like LEC, I think the main focus should be for competition, and I think the teams should always strive to be at their absolute best. And I think as a team, you shouldn't think that you should stream your games for giving away information. I think you should always try to be as good as you can be, and you should always try to win the league, no matter where you are in the league. And I think if you as a team, as like a top team, start streaming your games, I think that focus is kind of shifted to another dimension that I think it's not relevant to your success. And I think you should always hammer it home once again, always try to be at your very best.
Then how do you make the league better? In general, if you're the top dog, I know that G2 last year, for instance, started revealing scrim results after the split as a way to motivate other teams to maybe not cancel scrims. I like the idea from Bwipo. I understand your concerns with this, but would you have leads or ideas so that the league progresses at once without revealing too much information? It's a very complicated question.
I think the best way that at least we thought or we can think is by just leveling up our gameplay as much as we can. That doesn't matter who we are playing against. We are playing as good as we can. So teams will have to adapt.
Yeah.
When they are playing into us, they will have to adapt what they are doing, and they are like, okay, we cannot keep farming right now. We need to cover this. They will have to give more importance to things that we are giving.
Yeah.
So they can realize this way that, yeah, the game is played as a team. It's not 5 players just doing their game. It's as a team play, and you need to coordinate. You need to do all of these things. So the plan that we have is like just doing it ourselves, no matter the game, no matter what we are doing. Like always give our 100%, and this way just teams will have to catch up, or we are just gonna be better. Yeah.
And the last time Europe was good is when there was that G2 team, 2019, that was just by far so much better than everyone else, that everyone else kind of forced to level up alongside them. And that is kind of what it takes. It takes 1 or 2 teams, back then it was Fnatic and G2, that are just so ahead of everyone else, and they will naturally catch up to them.
Yeah.
And I think we're kind of like trying to reach that same thing again, where we need to catch up as a region, so we need 1 or 2 outliers to kind of do that for the rest of the region, so the rest of them can just like hitchhike on their success.
And I feel like we're going the right way, honestly, when I look at the standings, the playoffs scenarios and everything, how many teams qualified, how stacked everything has been so far. 3 teams made it to playoffs. The rest is going to be fighting next week. But Elyoya, your support yesterday was saying something that we echoed at the beginning of the day, the fact that the league is competitive and that every team is here to fight. Even the lower teams got better. Do you have this sentiment as well?
Yeah, for sure. I think this year, right now, I think, how I said this, I would say that there is quite a difference between the top and the low teams, even though I think low teams still got a bit better. I would say that there is, to me, 5 really strong teams that I would say are ahead of the others. So, yeah, I think in this case it's the top.
I mean, you're one of them, so.
Yeah, so I think these 5 right now, we are playing much better than the others 5. Obviously, there is still good things from the other. I think Rogue, for example, I think it was until game 5. I'm not even sure if they got it, but they were 100% Atacan, even though they lost some games. So they are still doing things right. It's just, I would say the other teams are more consistent at playing the map, at playing the team fight. So, yeah, I think the league got better. I think the top teams got much better,
Yeah, we have a better top 4, top 5, I feel. And,
I'm curious, you're like the 4th or 5th person I heard say that Rogue is actually way better than the Showroom.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, yeah, I mean, the standings are not quite lucky with them, but so far the games were quite close, and they should have taken more than 1. Like, it came to details that they just didn't pull it off. So, yeah, I don't think they deserve to be that low.
And it's going to be interesting when I look at their schedule, because on the first day next week, they're going to play G2, a tough one. But on the second day, on Sunday, they're going to play SK. So this one is going to be interesting. But let's say on Saturday, the first day, we're going to have Finn. What do you have your eyes on? Which matchup?
Well, there is the GX Fnatic, and I think that is definitely the one to look out for, because I think GX kind of lost today against G2, and I think they want to, because they've been acting pretty cocky on socials lately, and I think they want to be able to claw back and show that they're still a top dog worth to be playing with, and I think they want to solidify themselves as these top 5 teams. I don't think they want to fall behind the other 4, so to say.
Elyoya, any closing thoughts on your matchup against Heretics? Or not?
I don't think, I mean, Machuki, I'm coming for you. You know, I think Irwin and their coach are really big friends. I know they are not gonna be giving Mambesa, so yeah, I mean, they are the first. They are our first day game, so he will not be able to ban Mirwin champion. And I'm sorry, Machuki, you're just losing. But you're taking the bullet for the next 2 teams.
Give it your best. Elyoya, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Always great talking to you. And Finn, it was amazing having you all weekend. And all of you guys and girls at home watching us, 1 week remains in the winter regular season. Next week, we bid adieu to our bottom 2, and we'll see who advances in Fearless playoffs. Join us on Saturday, 5:30 CET. Thank you for watching and have a good night.
But any jungle can be around. I mean, I can
the jungler, bro. Just send it.
Yeah, sure.
No flash, no flash.
It's Galio. Okay.
Okay.
I'm watching.
Sorry, Healy, you are that guy.
Okay.
I will go. I can go here, okay?
I'm looking.
Why is that? Why is that?
We are winning on the other side.
We can go more.
Yeah, we can go more.
Okay, no, don't chase.
Okay, Rumble ult.
Varus here.
I think it's Rumble.
Rumble.
One shot him.
Yeah.
1 HP the running, guys. No ulti.
Varus.
Can you play this here, Marek?
I don't have nothing anymore.
Okay, the Rennek is very low, okay?
We are winning mid, I guess.
Yeah.
What the
Running hard.
You guys are just...
Well played, boys.
Caps is losing massively to Jackies, who still has the flash, but here is Laure to save his mid, and now Jun is in for a world of hurt as well. Caps dies to the spear.
No flash anymore. You just flashed. It's okay. Don't go to the deep. I need help, guys. I'm winning. I'm winning. Come to us. 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 Look on Dali. Dali is dead.
Another one of Sin's house.
Boys, this guy
Just want to know a
is
fun
so
fact.
sus.
A fun fact about me.
Yeah.
I never win when I play a champ twice in a row.
Bruh. Okay, that's good info.
In the middle of it all, he lands the smite. Arctica sold out, but Vladdy is just waiting, and he'll happily take the kill. It's disaster! Oh my god! Vladdy did nothing, and he gets a double. All he did was walk across.
Just go forward.
Sums.
Has.
Takes TP. Takes look away, guys.
TP behind, TP
Yeah,
behind.
TP behind. TP
I
behind.
can go, I can go. I can go.
Mama. No. Okay.
Victor 1 HP, Victor 1 HP.
We kill Jax.
Kobe?
Go we.
Chupa, Isma, your brother. Don't do this to him.
Burn.
The perfect team fight! They take it all!